Hey there. Ever looked at a really, really long number and your brain just kind of freezes up? Well, today we're going to learn a super handy trick to tame those giant numbers. We'll make them simpler and easier to work with without losing the important stuff. Let's get into it. Whoa. Okay, take a look at this one. 237,368,214. Just saying it out loud is a bit of a workout, right? It looks pretty intimidating. So that's the big question, isn't it? How can we make a number like that simpler? We need a way to clean it up, to focus on the important parts, but still have it mean roughly the same thing. And the secret, the magic trick, really, is something called significant figures. Now, don't let the fancy name scare you. This isn't just some boring math rule. It's actually a powerful tool for figuring out what really matters in a number. Okay, so what is a significant figure? Well, think of it this way. In any number, some digits are doing the heavy lifting. They're the ones that tell you the real value. Our job is to figure out which digits are the most, well, significant. All right, listen up, because this is the golden rule. If you only remember one thing from all this, make it this one. To find the very first significant figure, you just read the number from left to right, and you stop at the first digit that isn't a zero. That's it. That's your starting line. Okay, enough talk. Let's see this golden rule in action. We've got this number here, 0005097. Looks a bit weird, right? Remember the rule? We're looking for the first non-zero digit. So as we start from the left, these first three zeros, nope, they don't count. They're just kind of hanging out at the front. We can totally ignore them for now. And bam, there it is. The first digit we hit that isn't a zero is the 5. That's it. That's our first significant figure, or SF for short. See? Simple. You know, once you find that first one, the rest is a piece of cake. You literally just keep counting to the right. So the 5 is first, the 0 right after it is second, the 9 is third, and the 7 is our fourth significant figure. All right, so finding them is step 1. But what do we do with them? Usually, we round numbers. And for that, we've got a super simple guide I call the Rule of 5. It's easy. You find the digit you want to keep, and then you peek at the one right next to it. That neighbor tells you everything you need to know.
All right, time for a little practice. Let's do one together, you and me. Here's our challenge. How do we take the number 278,305 and write it to 3 significant figures?
Okay, first things first, let's find our target. We want 3 significant figures. So we count from the left. 1, 2, 3. That lands us right on the 8. So the 8 is the digit we're focused on. Now, for the important part, we need to look at its next-door neighbor, the digit immediately to the right. In this case, right next to our 8 is a 3. So now we use our rule of 5. We ask the question, is 3 5 or more? Nope, not even close. And since it's less than 5, that means our target digit, the 8, gets to just chill. We leave it exactly as it is. But wait, we're not quite done. We can't just delete the 3, 0, and 5. That would turn 278,000 into just 278. That's a huge difference. So to keep the size of the number right, we have to replace those leftover digits with zeros. And voila, there is our answer. 278,305, written to 3 significant figures, becomes 278,000. We've simplified it, but it's still a big number, just like it should be. Okay, I think you're getting it. So let's try a slightly different challenge with the same number. What if we only wanted to write 278,305 to 2 significant figures? All right, so this time our target is the second digit from the left, which is the 7. Now we look at its neighbor to the right, and that's an 8. So back to our rule, is 8 5 or more? Oh yeah, absolutely. And since that neighbor is an 8, our rule kicks in, and it tells us we have to round up. So our target digit, the 7, gets a little bump up to an 8. And then, you know the drill, we replace all the other digits with zeros to hold the place value. So our new answer is 280,000. See how it works? You've totally got this. So you might be thinking, okay, this is a neat trick, but is it like a real thing? Oh, it is a very real thing. It's everywhere. When scientists take measurements, this is how they write them down. When engineers design things, they use this. Even when you see the news talk about a country's population, they're using significant figures to make it easier to understand. It's all about cutting through the noise.
All right, let's end with a little challenge for you. The population of Ghana is over 30 million people. Based on what we just learned, how would you write that huge number using only two significant figures? Give it a try. It's the perfect way to see that this isn't just about math class. It's about making the big, complicated world around us just a little bit simpler to grasp.